indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And we'll do a moment of silence, and please remember all of those affected by disasters in North Carolina and California. Promise not to use the whole thing. Okay. First on our list is approval of the agenda. I need a motion, please. Thank you.
I second.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Now we have the approval of the December minutes. So I'll give you a couple of minutes to look over those, and then we'll go. Okay, do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I move that we approve the minutes as of the December meeting as presented.
Do I have a second? Thank you. Any discussion? We ready for the vote? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Now, public comments. I do not see anybody in here, but did anybody? So no public comments. All right, we'll move on. With the financial report from the lady with the money. Okay, Miss Stacy B. Brock.
All right, the November statement is available and was sent to y'all previously. If y'all had a chance to review, we'll hit the highlights. 3075 E-rate, we did receive another round of our refund E-rate monies through AT&T. Our biggest expenses that I wanted to note was $41.64, which is our HOA dues that we pay for West Side's area. And if you'll notice that we got in the new one and it was a big increase. It ended up being 41% higher this year than it was last year. So we went from
HOA?
$800 to $1,200. So there is a big jump there. 4185 is our HVAC. We did have some AC repairs and a partial replacement over at Maine. Maine's system is huge. If y'all have ever seen behind the big giant box between the parking area, that's the outside part of the system, and we had to replace a portion of it. So you'll see a big jump there. 4240, we did get a refund from Booksite as that service was no longer being provided, so they did refund what portion we didn't use. And Staff Association reimbursement received before charges were added to the system. So it's a nice size, but that's because the credit cards and all that hadn't been processed yet to account for it. We did get the check pretty quickly this time around before we even added the charges in. So those are the biggest that we have. Our remaining for up through November is the 1.929, and that doesn't include any of December's information because we hadn't got that far yet. So are there any questions on the November numbers?
I have a general question.
Sure, go
Have you
ahead.
heard anything about the vehicles? Anyone?
I checked today and no.
Okay.
And I don't know. We're eventually just gonna have to bite the bullet and make the decisions.
We're
And
trying to
we'll
hold
bring
up
that.
as long as possible because there's usually at least a 10 to 15% reduction in price related to waiting for those,
Right.
you know. But at this point, if it's getting that, we're just going to have to bite the bullet and at least get one or two.
And that's what I was thinking too, we might have to consider that.
Yeah.
Unless you know someone with some wagons and mules, I mean.
I don't think we're quite that desperate yet.
Not,
Not yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not this
all
year.
right, I need a motion to accept the financial report.
I said move, we accept.
A second?
I second.
Are we ready for the vote? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And now we have our director's report. Denise?
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I have a few quick updates. You've all seen this, and you've had it for a while now since our meeting was delayed, so I'll quickly review. We are currently at a bit of a stasis with the west side roof replacement due to the weather. Of course, when we had planned to have it replaced, the days hit where it was going to be sub-freezing weather, and in those conditions, there's a high likelihood that the shingles would crack, either during installation or immediately afterwards. So we decided, instead of making ourselves more problems, we would simply put off the project until the weather stabilized a bit. So we're still gonna get it done, it's just, we had to put it off. We did participate in the MLK Day Parade, and we're looking forward to participating in the Children's Mardi Gras Parade that's coming up. We have our app rollout, which I believe Ms. Primo may mention in her report, so I'm not gonna go too much into that. But we're looking forward to having a fully functional app, along that will include our databases, online catalog, which will also be updated, and our event schedule. And I'm hoping for that to be available by summer, but we don't have an actual rollout timeline yet. I will let you know as soon as we do. I'm working right now on trying to revise our policies review schedule to make sure that we have everything up to date. It's something I've been wanting to do, and I'm just getting back to trying to focus on having that done. And then we have our LLA annual conference that's going to be coming up March the 20th to the 23rd. We have several employees who are part of the LLA support staff division, as well as the public section, and we are bringing some people to that event. I'm going to be leading one session on preparing your library for a millage vote and all of the preparation that goes into that. And then there's going to be lots of other educational sessions, of course, from people far more gifted and skilled and knowledgeable than I am. So I'm really looking forward to attending those. And if any of you are interested in attending, if you could let me know by February the 7th, please do. That way we can get the early bird rate to have you. And you can go for a single day, okay? Send me an email so that I don't forget, because I will forget.
I will.
And I can show you how to get yourself signed up if you'd like to participate. And there's 1 day rates and then of course 3 day rates. And as board members, the library would cover your attendance at the conference. Okay. And then you don't have to accept that, Miss Mickey, but if you'd like to, that is an option.
Okay.
I saw the face. And then I came across something really interesting when I was reviewing some data that I was putting together for my early January police jury presentation that I give every quarter regarding the library. And I was really proud of this point, and it speaks to the work that someone who doesn't usually toot his own horn or get a whole lot of recognition, the work that he does. But Wes Saunders does a lot of our acquisitions collection work, and of the materials, of course, with assistance from branches, assistance from all kinds of employees throughout the system, 92% of the items that we purchased in 2023 have circulated since then. That is a virtually unheard of number. Typically, the material circulation rate, if you can hit around 70-75% of the items you purchased, circulating within a year or so of their purchase, that's really good. 92% means that he is, and our team as a whole are seeing that we're getting things that our people are interested in. that we are listening to requests, which we do fill many requests. We have, I know I've said this before, our ILL department is excellent, and we do more ILL request processing than any other library system in the state, including East Baton Rouge, Shreve, New Orleans. Like, we do more than they do. So that just speaks to the output of our library, and also to the level of professionalism and professional capability of our departments. So I wanted to highlight that because I'm particularly proud of it.
That is awesome.
And it takes everybody working as a whole to make that happen. Like, we have our acquisitions team who works very hard, and then we have our people in the branches who are reaching out, finding what our people want.
That's good. That's really good news. Very good news. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Now we'll have our direct services report. Ms. Mouton?
I'm speaking for Ms. Mouton.
Okay.
She is out of the office this afternoon. She told me to let you all know that we are going to be having a managers meeting. That's sort of going to be a managers huddle, so to speak, next week, where we're going to discuss some of the expectations for the year and get everybody on the same path. She's been working very hard putting this together, and I think it's a really good way to start the year. So she's going to be having that for her branch managers. We're also, looking at some improvements for the different branches and getting some furniture rearranged, some overly large furniture placed at different areas, and then getting some different things taken care of that we need to get done. So things are going well, and they're also, of course, focusing on, and I'll say this for Ms. Brewer because she is also not available, focusing on getting everything ready for this year's AACHC event, which you all have invitations to at your station. I really hope that you all attend. It is the last Saturday in February, and it should be a very nice event. We are getting a new art installation, and that's going to have the names of those who are honored, and we have people who are already giving donations specifically towards the AACHC and to make sure that the project continues. So we have a lot of community investment.
That's great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We will now do the Human Services Report with Ms. Jackie.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Just short and sweet. Right now we are doing some hiring of some extra people to go into our branches to fill some of the gaps that we have not been able to do. But that's coming along pretty well. We're also promoting one of our managers at Martin. We're getting a new manager, and then after we get that person situated, we are going to put out for an assistant manager for that side as well. So just trying to get some good people going here. So that's where we are with human resources.
That's awesome. And while we're on personnel and the human services, today is kind of like a very special day for someone in here. They've been with us for 5 years. They are doing wonderful work, helping to make the library something extremely special for our parish. And she's already turned red. So it is my honor and privilege, and the first thing I got to sign is the Rapides Parish Library Service Certificate presented to Celeste Reach Harper for 5 years of dedicated service. Thank you.
I wasn't ready to meet. Thank you so much.
Oh, they're gonna take pictures.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready, I'm sorry.
Hold on, hold on, you're good.
Huh? Hold on. No, I gotta get it right.
Oh, she will. She's very particular.
I like that though.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank y'all very much. And here's to the next 5. I can't imagine serving a better community with a better group of people and a better group of leaders as you. So thank you all for the support and the faith in me. And thank you especially to the staff who make my job so much more enjoyable and effective. So, thank you all.
Well, I can honestly say that I served food with her, Christmas Eve, under the bypass, and we had a blast. But the one thing that I really, really noticed is how all of the agencies that were represented there had a relationship with them. And I was extremely excited about that. So the library takes a big step in our community.
They're good people.
Well, it was the Homeless Coalition and volunteers and the church on the way. It was like, I've never seen so many
Yeah.
people out there. It was wonderful.
Catholic Charity.
Yeah.
There were multiple churches that were involved, and then also some of our local United Way, things like that.
It was great. And then they even had dog food and stuff for the pups. That was so cool. It was
It
cool.
was really nice.
All right, programming and outreach report.
Okay, for Carla, we have been working on some different community outreach, talking about that. That was not in my official capacity, by the way, that was just me.
Yeah.
That was not, but for our official capacity outreach, we have judged social studies fairs. We have gone and helped out at a couple of the schools to do some story times. We are currently preparing for summer reading, because doesn't it feel nice and summery outside? No, we are already having to get things planned, because we had to make multiple thousands of the grab-and-go kits last year, and the demand keeping up with that can be, Pam is shaking her head, but she knows, that can be relentless. So we are getting ourselves prepared with incentives and decor items. We're sending some of our people for the youth SRP workshop actually at the end of this week, and getting everything together so that we can have the best summer reading program we can. So that's the really big push right now. I know it seems like it's a long way off, but if we don't start getting really solid planning, our performers are usually booked, they're booked already. They're booked the year before, but all of the bits and bobs need to be in order by this time of year, or we won't get it done just because of the scope of that project. So they've been really already working on that. And then, of course, promoting all of our regular programs, our arts programs that are always popular. And we're expanding, and I don't want to go too much into this because I'm not sure if you'll mention it, but Brittany, who works with our IT department, she is going to be, she's getting certified to fly drones so that we can do some drone classes. And she's been working on some things for like STEM and those types of things, because we have some young people here who are interested in it and who have needs where they want to learn about these things. So we're getting ourselves properly educated and prepared to deliver the classes that they're needing and wanting, and the programs they're wanting. So, yes.
Okay, and I see James here, our IT report.
Good afternoon. Yes, about Brittany, her test is actually Friday, and I think it's a 3-hour test. So for her to want to do that and then to be able to teach it is pretty amazing. So she's done a lot of good stuff. And then Celeste also mentioned about the mobile app, and I've mentioned it to y'all before, that's coming, the mobile app, and then the new online catalog. And this week, the engineers have actually started working on it. But Trina and I have been working on it the last month, I guess, because they've been asking us for different information. Like today, they sent a message wanting to know something. I don't remember what it was, but I remember the question was, do you want to do it, or do you want the engineers to do it? Well, I know what our answer is, the engineers. So that's coming. I don't have a timeline. I don't know that they have a timeline yet, but as soon as I get that, I will keep y'all informed and let you know. But the mobile app will be wonderful. It'll just be so user-friendly for the patrons to be able to get on the online catalog, to register for events, to go to our online resources. So it's going to be really, really nice. And then I've already looked at an example of what the online catalog looks like, and it's very similar but much, much better. I think it'll all just be user-friendly. So that's in the works. That's our big projects right now. And then also, we've been talking last year, I know Stacy's mentioned it, about a backup internet. Well, we got that. We ended up being able to have a backup internet. And the wonderful thing about it is that it will constantly check to see if AT&T is up or down. And within minutes, if AT&T is down, it will kick in. There's so many minutes that it does have to be down before it does kick in. And it actually happened, we had tested it, Monty had tested it and it worked, but it went down, I guess, a couple of weeks ago, and I don't even think the staff knew that it had actually gone down. The only thing that staff will notice is that when you're logged into Sierra, it will disconnect you, so they have to log in. But if somebody's on, like if a patron's on the internet, they'll have a little glitch for just a couple of minutes and then that's it. So we're finally very glad that we got this. And then also for our phone system, since our phone system now is IP, then it'll just pick up within 5 minutes. So that's probably better than the internet, I don't know. So, but that's all I have for y'all. If you have any questions for me or comments? Okay, thank y'all.
Thank you very much. Public relations report, Miss Sandy.
She is not here, but as I said, she is pushing all gears towards promoting the AACHC and all of our programs and things of that nature, creating lots of event guides and lots of flyers for our branches. And reminders, she also did me a personal favor and, well, a personal professional favor, and made several hundred little cards for us to put on Tootsie Pops in preparation for the parades to advertise the AACHC. And that was kind of a last minute ask, and she and Matt and Brittany, they cranked it out. Okay. Anyway, they cranked them out really quickly for me, and I was really proud of that.
That's cool. Okay, do we have any old business at this time? Any old business? Okay, let's move on to new business. And the very first thing that we have is our director's review. And Mr. Storm, would you like to present that to us, please?
The Personnel Committee met this afternoon and reviewed some information that was prepared and summarized for us by Ms. Brown. And the committee also reviewed the scores from Ms. Reach Harper's evaluation. The overall scoring was that she exceeds the expectations for her performance. And at this time, the committee recommends, I will give you a minute just to review the summary that's presented. It says, Dear Personnel Committee. We have one board member here who was not present, and anybody else who wants to look at it again. I believe that the paragraph is an accurate summary. And at this time, the committee recommends a 5% increase for her salary.
Is that your motion that will,
That's the
the
recommendation
recommendation?
of the
Okay.
committee.
Do you have a motion? Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Do we have any discussion? Okay, with that being said, we'll go on with the vote. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, nay.
Nay.
Anybody not voting? Okay. The ayes have it, and congratulations.
Thank you all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you all for your faith in me.
Thank you
Ms.
to the
Reach
Personnel
Harper,
Committee.
for all
Appreciate
your
it.
work.
Our next order of new business is adoption of 2025 meeting dates. You have those in your little packet thing for today. I think that it's kind of how we have done before. We'll meet, well, on January 28th because of the weather, but March 18th, May 20th, July 15th. Then we have September, we don't meet in October. We'll have a November and a December. Does anybody have any suggestion, promise, anything that they'd like to discuss about this?
So the only thing we're gonna change is January 28th.
Right, it'll have to be changed to the 28th simply because of the weather. With that change made, do I have a motion to accept the dates?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor say aye. None opposed. Motion carries. All right, now we're gonna look at and review the committee assignments. I think it's pretty plain, most of you know what committees that you're on, and I'll get to see all of you, so, yeah. Does anybody have any discussion, anything that they might want to change or anything like that? Okay, then I'll hear a motion to accept the committee assignments as they are.
I so move.
I need a second.
Second.
Thank you, Pam. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, I'm gonna take a little moment of privilege here. I kind of have talked to a couple people about this. I would like to have name tags for the board. I don't know how y'all feel, but I know that when I go like into one of the other branches that don't know me, it's really nice to have something also when I'm doing something official, like, you know, when I'm going out in the community and I'm doing things and it's appropriate. I would like to have something to wear to say what I'm doing. But I would like for all of you as well to do that. I don't think they need to be anything humongously fancy or expensive. But I just think we need something to recognize that we are members of the board for the library. Why do y'all? Anybody? Nobody wants to say anything?
Did you all want to make an addition to the agenda, today's agenda?
I do now.
It would require a unanimous vote. To
Okay.
add something to the agenda.
Y'all ready? We need a unanimous vote. We want to add that to the agenda. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, so we added it to the agenda. Who would we give that to price out?
Well, they would, I assume, be the same simple ones that we do for our
Okay.
staff.
Okay,
We could order them, we get them in, you know, we have a standing order that we do whenever we have new staff who come in.
okay.
So they would probably give us the same pricing, just to get you guys added, if you all vote to do so.
Yeah,
I'll say that I'm fine with it. It doesn't matter to me. You don't need to make one for me though. If you do, I just usually tell people who
Okay.
I am when I go in. So.
I do too, but I still like it when I go in the branches. I still do.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, our next meeting will be March the 8th.
Miss Mickey.
So
So sorry, so sorry. Yes.
Back up, camera. All right, I need a motion, please. You can laugh.
So we have some name tags.
Thank you. And I need a second, please.
I'll second.
Okay, thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Cool, it passed. And I'm very sorry that I missed that vote. I just got excited. All right, our next meeting again, March 18th of 2025 here. It's time for that, time to adjourn. I need a motion.
I so move.
I need a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're adjourned, and I'm gonna